Hey Titans, this is Mycket, just the latest war recap of Titans versus Eintracht 0803. I am not sure what the 0803 Eintracht is means concord or harmony in German because it's a German clan. And I think it's a football team, a soccer team. But we were the ones that were on track on this one because we were able to pull out 76-64 and did a really good job. I have good news and bad news about this. Good news is that we won. The bad news is that the latest maintenance update went in before I was able to make many recordings. I actually recorded a few other things because I'm trying to put together some other videos. So I have a few to show you, but they're only hog attacks, unfortunately, this time. And I'll get to those in just a minute. But first, let's cover here a little bit about the war events and so forth. Let's see that we had the war stats say that we had 18 3-stars. That's awesome. To their 11 3-stars. Basically, even though we were outnumbered in the number of Town Hall 10s, their lower Town Hall 10s were not all that great from a troop point of view and have difficulty trying to get points on us. We were able to close out a lot of things, really did a great job. You can see that our new stars per attack were just slightly above theirs, but we were able to get those 3 stars to make the difference. And so I'll cover a couple attacks here in just a minute, but I can't do the replays. As you can see, none of the replays are available, but just to kind of do a run through of this, we were able to get some points up high. I'll show you in a minute. We were able to we had very good participation. We only had one person that didn't participate at all and a couple that didn't put in both attacks, and those were new guys. But the enemy team, they had trouble getting all their guys to attack there, especially towards the top, and that caused them problems. Now, admittedly, towards the end there, they would have had a lot of trouble catching up because we did so well up high. If you take a look, in fact, we were able to put lots of stars on them right there. And you can see all the way 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, even though we only had 3 Town Hall 10s. And so that makes a big difference when it really comes right down to it. So let me go and I will show a few replays here. And I do apologize again for them just being hog attacks, or actually GoHo attacks, because those are just the ones I had already recorded by the time the maintenance came through. Okay, so the first replay is Nordy against HD. And it's 18 versus 18. I believe it's a cleanup attack, so he knew where the giant bombs were, and what he's doing is he's getting the CC draw here, as well as trying to explode these giant bombs just to get them out of the way. Sometimes people are faced with, when they're like, oh, I don't want to send in the extra hogs, I'll need them at the end. If you explode those giant bombs early on, you will need fewer hogs at the end. So it's worth doing if you're able to get to them somewhat easy. And that's actually an example of where they were actually kind of difficult to get to because he had to get rid of that center defense first. Anyways, just going through, drew out the CC. He draws it over the side. Unfortunately, his queen isn't anywhere near his dragon, and I think he's trying to hold on to his poison spell so he can use them on skellies. But the dragon isn't going down quickly. He's got to get rid of that dragon before the hogs come in. So the queen finally comes over there. He starts sending in his hogs. He does, I believe, pretty much a single finger drop. He did pull in 1 or 2 at the top there, and starts dropping those heals down there. And the skellies are wandering around there, but most of the hogs are under the heel there, and he's going to have 3 more heals coming here because he didn't have to use a jump spell to get to that queen. That was actually a huge difference. If you're able to do that without having to use that jump spell, you get an extra spell out of that, and you get an extra heal, and you can use those a little sooner. You can explode a giant bomb there. Those are poorly placed giant bombs because yes, the hogs ran over them, but they're never going to run over them between 2 defenses as a giant pack just when they're spread out like that. And they were able to heal up again anyway. So this is a great example of how you go about just executing the basics of a GoHo attack. Get to that queen, explode any giant bombs that you can get to, especially a double giant bomb set where they're together, and then the hogs will do all the rest. And you do bring a few extra cleanup troops. He's able to keep his skellies from that witch early on, and the witch herself alive, and that helps make the cleanup go even faster. So good job, Nordy. And I'll just finish up this one, and then I will go to the next one. Now, this is my attack on Kevin, and I used a GoHo as well. I basically set this up, and I'm sorry this is a little laggy. As I said, it is what it is. It's all I was able to get before the maintenance went, but I'm able to do the pull up to the top there, And I'm going to drop my poison spell there. And as I said, this is not the best recording here, but I was going to re-record it, and then the maintenance came on, and it was unfortunate. But at least you'll get the basic mechanics. I dropped that poison spell, and I'm just going to let it work for a little bit here. You can see I'm running through the time, but it's not too bad because I want to get rid of that, rid of the Valk there and most of the dragon. I drop my golem, and then the dragon starts chasing the golem, and that's okay. It's going to take a little off the golem, but not too bad. I make my funnel, bring in my heroes so that I can get into that archer queen there. Once the king heads in towards the archer queen after this archer tower drops, he's going to take out the archer queen. Man, I apologize for the lagginess. And then I'm going to do I started it off with the kind of drop I had was, it's called a surgical hog, but then based on where the remaining giant bombs had to be, I then brought in a whole wave of hogs behind them based on what had fallen already and where they were headed. So just kind of staggered it a little bit just to be able to kind of make sure they headed and shepherded them in the correct direction. Dropping my heals, you can see those giant bombs go down at the end, and still plenty of hogs left to be able to finish this up. I did not save my poison spell, so those skellies are causing a bit of an issue. However, the last defense goes down and they take care of those skellies, and then I have enough cleanup troops. I pop the ability on the queen, she takes care of that king, and then she's going to help a little bit with the cleanup effort as well. See, I have 46 seconds left. I believe real time it was a minute. I had about 15 seconds left on it, and the main problem I had was that I lost a fair number of hogs right there on an unlucky giant bomb that was outside there. I knew that was there. It's just that by the time you get to the end of the raid or the attack, that you can't always control exactly where your hogs end up. So, but they're getting through this. The queen is going to finish off the middle, and then she's going to double back and around, which just kind of helps seal the whole thing. Although they would have actually made it without her. They had only needed an extra 15 seconds, so or only needed an extra 5 or 10 seconds, and they had 15. So, anyways, the attack worked out pretty well. I was pretty happy with it. A lot happier than I am with the recording of it. So, anyways, sorry about that again. Make sure that you click like and subscribe, and go Titans.